the picture so you can understand. So the dilemma of relationships with people, one of my biggest dilemmas was actually working on a job, whereas having to work with people, you know, in aspect of it all, it's serving people. It's doing one another's job in our different environments and our different requirements in order to get a main job done. So take, for instance, construction. You know, at the young age of 25, I was blessed to be in a great trade of construction. My first day on the job, I got a foreman who, you know, he's looking at me and everything, you know, talking as we was doing paperwork. And so he asked me, he said, how'd you know about the trade? I said, well, I got a cousin who, you know, who's in the trade. And he said, what's your cousin's name? So I told him. So, okay, yeah. We started around the same time, you know, great guys, this, that, and the other. Man, that man proceeded to take me under his wing, that foreman, and literally showed me so many aspects of the trade to whereas I was a super apprentice in that thing, man. I mean, here's the thing though. It got to the point to whereas when you're in a trade, when you're working in the union, all your jobs are not with the same company. So eventually you have to rotate. You go to another company and you also elevate. Remember, I started off as an apprentice, where your levels of apprenticeship go up as you get better and to learn more after a certain amount of time. It's like high school, freshman, sophomore, and everything else. So anyway, make a long story short and a short story longer, I was working with some guys who, on paper, they were juniors and seniors, and I was just a sophomore. Yet I knew more than them. So it got to the point to whereas the economy started to crash. And because the economy started to crash, well, it started getting cutthroat in that given trade. So we would have to worry about whether these jobs are going to last, because the companies that we're building for and the buildings we're building may not need these buildings in the near future because the economy is crashing. So are they going to have money to fund these buildings that we're building? So anyway, it got real cutthroat to where these guys started lying, saying stuff about me. But really what they were afraid was, because I was on a lower pay scale, but knew more than them, I was more valuable to the company that I was a part of. They had to lie on me to get rid of me in order to keep their jobs, all right? So I'm saying all that to say that even now today, I'm faced with a dilemma. We're faced with dilemmas like this all the time. But what I learned was, through that ordeal, was that humble is the way. You know, you always want to approach a job, a relationship, or whatever with open eyes, almost as if you don't know, so people can show you some things and then you can make them feel good about themselves. I know it sounds different. I know it sounds backwards and everything else, but you know, people tend to be a little scared of you when you know more than them, when you're smarter than them and everything else.